Alright, everybody. Welcome back to Major Gaming, and today we're going over another Multiversus character concept that I came up with. And today, due to Halloween being today and in the spirit of the spookiness, we're going to be going over the Beldam from Coraline. I recently watched Coraline, and it is a really good movie. It's a great movie, and the Beldam character, when I saw her on screen again, I've watched Coraline multiple times. I was thinking, I'm like, she'd be kind of cool in this game in a way. You know, a villain character, a dark character, but still kid friendly in a way. Like, it would fit perfect for this game. And her design is very unique. Her powers are very unique. And I just thought it'd be cool to have Coraline get some representation due to how good the movie is and how popular it is. And also get some stop motion representation into the game, because I don't see any other stop motion character being involved in this unless you want to pull something from James and the Giant Peach or something. But I think the Beldam would be the best option for stop motion. So we're gonna go over this move set I created for her, and let me know what you guys think in the comments after the video. You know, I work hard on these move sets. I actually put a lot of thought into them, or at least I try to. So I hope that people consider my ideas as serious ideas, and if you like my idea, share it with Tony Juan on Twitter. I don't know if I said his last name right, but if you know Multiversus, you know who I'm talking about. So let's get started. Beldam gameplay. The Beldam is classified as a colossal mage character. She uses her otherworldly powers to defeat opponents. So I wanted her to be a big character, not as big as the Iron Giant, but bigger than most characters, but not necessarily a tank. I think it'd be cool to have big characters that aren't tanks. You know, we have Iron Giant, and then supposedly we might have Godzilla and King Kong coming. Those characters are going to be tanks, you know. But the Beldam doesn't have to be. She's not like this super strong, huge character. She's actually very skinny and very light looking. So she's just tall. So making her a big character with some extra strength, but not as much as Iron Giant, would be kind of cool. And having her be a mage character instead of a tank would be kind of cool. You know, at least to me. So, and her powers would be summoning her things that she creates in the other world to help her fight with, along with her above average strength as a interdimensional monster. So, first up is neutral strike. Beldam swipes her claw forward, same in the air. So in this picture, she's in her almost final form, but imagine this just in her final form. She just swipes her claw forward. You know, that's just a neutral strike. Then we have the forward strike. Beldam lunges forward and grabs opponents. Beldam can then do a 2-swipe combo on the opponent that knocks them downward. In air, Beldam lunges forward with a downward claw swipe. So, right here, we have the image of the Beldam grabbing Coraline by her nose, and then that would be the move. She lunges forward, grabs the opponent by their nose, and then could just swipe at them with her other hand, and then they get knocked away in a downward angle. And then in the air, she wouldn't lunge forward and grab opponents, she'd just lunge forward and do a downward claw swipe. So, yeah, that's the forward strike. Now we have down strike. Beldam creates a snapdragon trap in front of her that holds opponents to the ground for a couple seconds. Similar to this, only she'll, move her hand up, and then in front of her, a certain distance away, snapdragons will just come out of the ground and grab the opponent by the legs, and then hold them there for a couple seconds. Sort of similar to Bugs's heart thing, but instead of it staying there, it just comes up as one move. It doesn't stay on the stage. It just comes up out of the ground and then goes back once the move is over, if it doesn't hit anyone. But then we have the air version. In air, she creates an interdimensional web that opponents can get stuck to. Opponents will break free after a couple seconds. Air version has a cooldown. So this one will stay on the stage. She just creates this interdimensional spider web that looks like this, and it stays on the stage, and it can hold opponents there if they run into it or get hit into it. And then afterwards, after opponent is hit into it and it gets destroyed or it disappears on its own after a couple seconds, it disappears and then has a cooldown. So now we have the up strike. Rat Bobinski appears and does a rising uppercut punch straight into the air. In air, Rat Bobinski explodes into a bunch of rats that hit opponents in multiple directions. So here is Rat Bobinski. Rat Bobinski is a version of the character Bobinski that is made completely out of rats. And in all honesty, it just looks like his clothes. It's just his clothes walking around with rats controlling his clothes. And this is Rat Bobinski in the air, flying around the room. And then I imagine, you're on the ground and then you hit up strike, and then Rat Bobinski just flies up into the air and does an uppercut and then falls back down again. Then in the air version, you're in the air and then you summon Rat Bobinski, and instead of flying off, he just kind of stays there and explodes into a bunch of rats that you see right here. Like he in the movie, the rats all fly out of the clothes, out of his arms, his pants, and his head area, and they just explode in different directions. And then that would happen in the air, and it would knock opponents back if the rats hit them. Kind of like a bomb that goes off in multiple directions, if that makes sense. So that is the upstrike and summoning Rat Bobinski with her moveset. Neutral special. So, now we are into the special moves. Neutral special is Beldam summons a cotton candy cannon that shoots 3 cotton candy blobs at an upward angle before disappearing. So this is very similar to Jerry. Jerry, when you summon him, he shoots those corks out of his bottle. This one, though, the Beldam will summon a cotton candy machine that you see right here. And when that happens, the cotton candy machine will stay there and just shoot 3 cotton candy blobs into the air that will hit opponents and, knock them back a little bit. And maybe stick to them, I don't know. But, yeah, the cotton candy cannon would be a summon neutral special thing. And it probably should be on a cooldown. I didn't think of that, but yeah, it probably should have a cooldown. Then in the air version, the Beldam swings her frying pan forward and knocks opponents back. So, sort of similar to Tom and Jerry's, frying pan swing, but she'll just take one hand and then swing her frying pan that she's got here and knock opponents back with it. Alright, so forward special. Beldam summons a magic door and reaches her hand through it, grabbing any opponents on the other side and pulling them to her through the door from across the map. After the grab is finished, opponents are thrown to the side. Teammates can also be pulled through the door. So, this is probably her most complicated move, sort of. So, the Beldam will summon one of these doors, and she'll reach through it, and it will be like a tunnel. And a certain distance away every time, another door will open, and her hand will go through the other door. And if any opponents are in front of that door, when she does it, she'll grab the opponent and pull them through the door across the stage, and then throw them to the side. Sort of similar to Rick's portal, only the doors don't stay on the map. It only happens when she does the move. So she can reach her hand in, grab the opponent, pull them back, throw the opponent on the ground, and then the doors disappear. And then she can also do it with teammates. You know, if she needs to save a teammate, she can reach her hand through the portal and grab them and pull them back to the stage if, say, they're like falling off the stage or something. I thought that'd be a pretty cool idea. You know, she can literally save her teammates with it. And then in the air version, the Beldam shoots a barrage of pin needles forward that knock opponents back. If you don't know already, her hands are made of pins. So it would, if you've played Mortal Kombat 11, you know Baraka's move where he shoots spikes out of his back into the air. It'd be sort of similar to that, only the Beldam shoots pins from her hands in front of her in like this wide, barrage of pins that hits opponents in front of her and knocks them back. Then we have the down special. So on the ground, Beldam summons 3 giant roses around her that shoot upwards and hit opponents upward. So pretty much she puts her hand on the ground, and then around her 3 roses shoot up from the ground as uppercuts, and then they knock back any opponents in the area. So it's like an area of effect thing where 2 roses go to the side and then one goes straight up the middle, and it hits any opponents trying to get at her from above. And then they get knocked upwards. So that's her down special on the ground. And then in the air, the Beldam will summon a magic mirror, as seen right here. Oh yeah, these are the roses, by the way. These roses right here. And then the mirror right here, where she kept the kid's parents, she'll summon that mirror and it'll float there on the map. And then what can happen is her or her teammate can knock opponents into the mirror, and they'll be trapped inside the mirror for a couple of seconds before they can then break free. And then after they break free or the mirror disappears, it would have a cooldown. So again, another trap sort of thing similar to her spider web. So she's a very area control character. She summons things to help her to control the stage. And I thought that'd be pretty cool, especially for a colossal character, a bigger character, to be less about going in and attacking opponents and more about controlling the stage, summoning things to help her, and just area control instead of straight, super armor hitting opponents, I thought that'd be pretty cool. Then we have down special. Up special. Up special. Beldam creates a swarm of dog bats that fly upward and hit opponents. In the air, the dog bats carry the Beldam upward and hit opponents in their way. So, Beldam on the ground, she'll create a swarm of dog bats, which are seen right here from the movie, and they fly upwards and they hit opponents in the air above her. Sort of similar to Rapobinski's uppercut, but it would hit in a different way. It'd be like a swarm of dog bats, and yeah. So, then in the air version, the dog bats will carry the Beldam upward and hit opponents in their way. So she gets carried up, and then any opponents in her way as she's being carried up will get hit. So it's like a save move, but it's also does damage, unlike Rick's Meeseek's Flight. This one will actually hurt opponents if she hits them with it. I realized that on my last 2 move lists I didn't really focus on save moves, I don't think. Not a lot. I did one, when I did the Elmo move list, I did have one save move, I believe. The Aqua Teen Hunger Force one, though, I didn't. I don't think I did. Maybe I did. I don't remember. But they didn't have. When I did that one, I didn't give them any save moves. And I don't think I gave Ben 10 any save moves either. So, unfortunately, that was kind of something I wasn't thinking about. But now with this one, I was conscious about it. I'm like, characters need save moves in this game or else they're screwed. So, I think it'd be good to give this character at least one save move. And she has one now. So, that's good. Alright, so now we move on to perks. And the perks are fairly simple. First one is called Sweet Evil. It increases the con candy ammo to 5 from 3. So essentially, the con candy ammo move where she summons the con candy machine and it shoots con candy into the air now has 5 ammo instead of 3. It's just a buff to that specific move. Death's Cold Hand. The distance of the teleport grab is increased and grabbed opponents are stunned after being pulled through the portal. So the teleport grab where she puts her hand through the door and grabs the opponent and pulls them towards her, that would be given an increased distance, and you could also save your opponents from an increased distance. And any opponents that are pulled through the door, instead of being thrown to the ground, they're pulled through and then their character is stunned for 3 seconds so that the Beldam can follow up with combos and stuff. And in the original version, it's sort of more like a combo ender of sorts. Not really, but kind of. In this version, it'd be a combo starter where she pulls the character in and then stuns them and then can do a combo afterwards. I felt like that'd be pretty cool. And being able to save your teammate, say you're like in the middle of the map and your teammate is to the right being hit off the map or edge guarded or something, you could reach through, grab them and pull them off into the middle of the map. And your opponents be like, what the hell just happened? Well, Beldam just happened, I thought that'd be a really cool move. That's probably the move I'm most proud of coming up with. I think that'd be a really cool idea. So then there's that. And then the third perk, the last perk, is called Web of Lies. Interdimensional webs catch and destroy all projectiles that hit them while activated. Webs can take up to 3 heavy projectiles before being destroyed and 10 light projectiles. I think that's the wrong light. My bad. But yes, so the interdimensional webs, once they're put onto the stage, they can be hit with 3 heavy projectiles, and those projectiles will be destroyed by the web. If your teammate or you are standing in front of the web, and a heavy projectile comes, then the web will destroy the projectile. And it's same for light projectiles, only the web will take up to 10 light projectiles before breaking. Reason being, you have stuff like Rick's Blaster and other like more spammy projectile moves that don't do a lot of damage, but they hit multiple times. So I didn't want the web to be able to be destroyed after being hit by 3 light projectiles. That'd be weak. So 10 light projectiles and then 3 heavy projectiles like Bugs' rocket or Gizmo's car or something like that. That honestly, the Beldam would be a good counter to Gizmo, because she'd be able to destroy his popcorn, his car, and stuff like that with her spider webs. So I think that'd be a pretty cool counterplay to Gizmo or Rick, characters like those characters where she can control the stage and limit what they're capable of doing. Obviously, I wouldn't want her to be super overpowered, but you get the idea. She's a mage character that works against projectiles instead of working with them. You know what I'm saying? Like, you automatically assume the mage characters, Rick, Tom and Jerry, Bugs, and any other mage characters would be projectile heavy, but she's not really projectile heavy. She just summons a lot of things to help her fight, and then she's actually able to stop projectiles more than actually create projectiles. I think I only gave her like one projectile move, which is the cotton candy and the pin blast. Those two moves. Other than that, all of her moves are either melee moves or just summoning moves where she is able to summon traps and stuff like that, like the mirror and the spider webs and the snapdragon trap, stuff like that. So yeah, that is my character idea for the Beldam. If you guys have your own thoughts on my idea, let me know down in the comments below. I think it'd be really cool and an unexpected character to have in this game. Her design is really cool, and I just really like Coraline. I feel like it'd be cool to have that movie be represented. I don't think it'll happen. I really don't. Especially not without the Coraline character herself. But, it's possible, maybe, if it's brought up to Tony. Maybe he could make it work. It would be a third-party character, so I don't think it'd be super easy or super quick to do. But I think it is possible. Tony said he's open to anything. So why not the Beldam? Coraline is a very iconic movie, and it's still technically a kid's movie, even though it is very dark, it's very scary, but it is a kid's movie in a way. So, a lot of kids watch that movie. So I think it'd be a good movie to have represented in Multiversus, and it'd be another villain character brought into the game. So, yeah, that's my idea. If you guys have your own thoughts, leave them down in the comments below. And everyone have a good day.